So several years ago, my husband and I decided to take our teenage daughters to Washington, D.C. on a vacation. And the last thing we decided to do was to take a tour of all the war memorials. And our tour guide was this adorable college kid named Kenny from Kentucky. And Kenny had great information, but Kenny had one little glitch. Our first place that we went to was going to be Iwo Jima, and to get to Iwo Jima, you had to drive through Arlington Cemetery. So we're driving through this beautiful evening, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to look at the rows and rows and rows of white marble headstones, because that represents thousands and thousands of men and women who served our country. Good times." And I'm thinking, I must have heard that wrong. So we go to Iwo Jima 2 minutes down the road, and Kenny says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the largest bronze statue in all of the United States. And those 6 men there, they are actual men. They do not just represent the Marines. Those are 6 actual Marines, 3 of whom did not come home from Iwo Jima. In fact, 7,000 Marines were killed at Iwo Jima, the largest loss of life in the Marine Corps ever in conflict. Good times." And I slam my head to the other side to see my husband, and I go, and I'm elbowing my children because I can't even see them, but I know they're rolling their eyes and making trouble because they're teenagers. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe in Kentucky, good times means something completely different than it does in the entire world. Like maybe when you see a friend who you know has been having a rough time and you're walking down the street, you say good times, which means shit happens. Or maybe you go to a funeral and you see a person and you say good times, which means sorry your dad died. Because this just doesn't make any sense. It's not the sarcastic good times. It happens again at the Vietnam Memorial, at the Korean Memorial, and at the World War II Memorial. And as we're getting off the bus, everybody's saying, "Oh, thanks, Kenny, great job." And he's going, "Good times." And now I'm really confused, and I'm thinking something bad is going to happen to all of us. And this is where the story could have ended. It could have just been a funny little thing that happened to our family on vacation. But no, this seeped in to our family, and not in a good way. It started out very innocently. I stubbed my toe one day in the kitchen, and I'm hopping around, and I'm saying some tasty little words, and my teenager turns to me, and she goes, "Good times, Mom." But then my husband and I are driving to Boston, and for a wedding, and we get a phone call from his family in New Jersey, and his aunt is very, very sick, and it does not look good. And while I'm getting these phone calls from New Jersey, my friend from Boston, who is the mother of the groom, is calling me because the mother of the bride is now in the hospital in critical condition. And I am getting distressed phone calls every 5 minutes from Boston, from New Jersey, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to say. And I look at my husband and I go, "Oh my God, what are we gonna do?" And he goes, "Good times." And I start laughing, and I answer the phone, and I quick hang up. I still to this day don't know who I hung up on, because I was pretty sure they didn't want to hear me or my husband laughing about whatever was going on. And then came my mother-in-law's funeral. Now, my mother-in-law was 95 years old when she died. She had a wonderful life. We adored her tremendously, and she was a great woman. And we were just going to miss her. I mean, we weren't sad in the way that it was a tragedy, but she was such a sweet and kind lady, and her presence was really going to be missed in our family. So we get to that part in the funeral where you put the flower on the casket as you're walking to say your final goodbye. And my daughter turns to me, and she goes, "Mom, good times." And I start to giggle, and so does she. And I'm thinking, oh my God, they're gonna think I'm having a psychotic break here. Thank God, I don't know what people thought, but I just moved on. But you know what I decided? Maybe actually Kenny or the people of Kentucky have the right idea. Maybe when you are in the worst times of your life, you should use the expression good times, because it changes for just 1 second that bad time into kind of a good time. So, good times.
Cathy, everybody.